What does it take to become wildly successful? How do you become a top performer or make it big as an entrepreneur? If you asked me this a couple years ago, or even if you ask people around you today, I'm willing to bet that most people would say that you need to seize every opportunity, or you need to work hard, hustle, and strive to achieve as much as possible. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about a go-getter, someone who is ambitious and focused on getting what they want for themselves. But is that actually what makes you successful? Although this is a popular viewpoint, in today's video we're going to be talking in great detail about why this may be completely wrong. And instead, you actually start to experience stratospheric success when you focus on giving value to others, when you are a go-giver. Welcome to the newest edition of the BOOKWISE series, where I discuss and distill some of my favorite nonfiction books. Hi, I'm Johnny. Welcome to my channel where I talk personal growth, careers, and high performance. Basically, everything that I like to learn, I'll be sharing here with you. If you like how that sounds, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And actually, while you're at it, destroy that like button as well. I'd very much appreciate that. Let's get started. The Go-Giver is a relatively short business book written by Burg and Mann, and it demonstrates the power of being a giving person. This parable follows a young, smart, ambitious professional named Joe, and he's your classic go-getter. He works hard, he hustles, but the harder he works, the further away from success he seems to be. With a disappointing first half of the year, he's yet again off track with his quota in Q3. In an attempt to land a large contract, Joe seeks to involve a man named Pindar, a high-profile entrepreneur and retired business executive, in order to gain leverage and clout to finalize his deal. But inadvertently, Joe receives mentorship from Pindar instead, and through several meetings with Pindar and his friends, he learns the go-giver mindset and the 5 laws of stratospheric success. The law of value. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than what you take in payment. You can do this by specifically creating an amazing customer experience. Early in Joe's journey, he meets one of Pindar's friends named Ernesto, and Ernesto actually started off running a hot dog stand that eventually was labeled the best outdoor dining experience in the city. Ernesto was able to do this by remembering his customers' names, birthdays, their favorite orders, and much more. He made each person feel special and appreciated, and within a short span of time, his customers were bringing their friends, and the friends were bringing their families. This brings us to the second point. People will do business and refer business to people they know, like, and trust. Even though Ernesto's hot dogs were delicious, there's a certain limit to how good hot dogs can taste, right? Well, Ernesto stood out among other food stands and even outdoor cafes because he turned buying a hot dog into an unforgettable experience. In other words, he gave more value than he took in payment. Next, we have the law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. The second person Joe meets on his journey is a woman named Nicole. She is a talented and very passionate grade school teacher, and both parents and children loved her teaching style. However, she wasn't happy with the school system, especially since she was only able to help a class of 25 children at a time. So what Nicole does next, and I think this is absolutely incredible, is that she goes on to create a series of games that exercise children's curiosity and creativity. Now, as a CEO of an educational software company, she's able to impact the lives of 20 to 25 million kids around the world. There's 2 main takeaways here. Number 1, you get to determine your level of compensation. If you want more money, find a way to help more people. And number 2, I'll use a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. In other words, everybody can be successful because anybody can give. In Nicole's example, she increased her income substantially because she first found a way to provide value in the form of educational games to millions of children. She perfectly demonstrates that your compensation is directly proportional to how many lives you touch. Very quickly, if you like this video so far, then make sure to give by hitting that like button. And in the spirit of all this giving, I will actually be doing my own giveaway. So make sure to stay until the very end of the video for more details on how to enter that. Next, we have the law of influence. Your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. The third person Joe meets is Sam, another one of Pindar's friends, and Sam was a struggling insurance agent. Over time though, Sam became a financial advisor and started helping his clients learn how to use their money more effectively. Eventually, Sam moved on to nonprofits, the financially disadvantaged, and even negotiates large contracts for worldwide charities, becoming the state's #1 philanthropist. He gives 2 pieces of advice to Joe. Number 1, to build influence, stop keeping score. Sam says that building relationships has never been about 50-50 or win-win, because it's a nice way of saying that we're keeping track of who's coming out ahead. The only winning proposition is 100%, completely focused on the other person's needs, because you genuinely want to, with the faith that when it's your time, you'll get what you need. Number 2, you need to develop a network. Now he's not referring to clients or customers, by the way. He just means a network of people who know you, like, and trust you. These are the people who are personally invested in seeing you succeed because you're the exact same way about them. This is what Sam has done, and it's the reason why he has incredible amount of influence. Law of authenticity. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. Under Pindar's mentorship, Joe attends a seminar to listen to Deborah, the keynote speaker and another one of Pindar's friends. In her speech, Deborah shares her struggle of her husband walking out the door and leaving her along with her 3 children. As the strong woman that she is, she finds work as a real estate agent to support her family. And although she learned every closing technique in the book, she failed to make a single sale after a year. This is when she realized that when her husband left her, her self-esteem also left her. She starts to question whether she has any value in the marketplace and eventually decides to quit. As Deborah is getting ready to clear out her desk, out of obligation, she attends one final meeting with the client. In this meeting, she doesn't go by the book because in her mind, she doesn't have anything to lose anymore. So she stops trying to sell and just starts making a conversation. The meeting was more relaxed, more personalized, and more fun, and in the end, it resulted in her first sale. Fast forward a couple years later, and Deborah goes on to become the city's top realtor in both the residential and commercial markets. The main point here is that giving is a skill that the marketplace will always want. In Deborah's lowest moments, she felt like she had nothing else to give but herself. She demonstrates the law of authenticity. Just be yourself. So invest in yourself. Eat healthy, be active, and continue learning, because by increasing your own value, you can give more to others. The law of receptivity. The key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. As Joe's mentorship comes to an end with Pindar, he has one last lunch meeting where they discuss the law of receptivity, the 5th law that ties everything together. Every single law so far has been focused on the giving end, but doesn't touch on how to receive in return. Just because you're placing your focus on giving doesn't mean that you should be self-sacrificial or that you should close yourself off from receiving anything. It's similar to the idea of yin-yang. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Just like how every time your heart contracts, it needs to relax, or every time you exhale, you inhale. It's a natural process of give and take. To recap, the 5 laws of stratospheric success are the law of value, the law of compensation, the law of influence, the law of authenticity, and the law of receptivity. Recently, I've been looking for new ways to apply these principles to my everyday life. Whether it's my career or my relationships, it just feels really good to give. Go-getters think only in terms of what they can achieve and gain. However, this book makes the argument that stratospheric success is actually derived from a go-giver mentality. Overall, there's so much more to this book that you have to check out, and what I shared today is only a small portion of it. Like I said, in the spirit of giving, I will be doing a giveaway of one book, one copy of Go-Giver by Burg and Mann for anyone that's still watching and has stayed till the very end. To enter, it's really simple. All you gotta do is like this video and comment down below to let me know which law you feel you already possess and which law do you feel like you need to work on. That's it. It's really simple. Just like and comment on the video. The entry will close in 1 month and the lucky winner will be announced in a future video. With all that said, be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so I can continue sharing content with you. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's been a lot of fun. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Top realtor in in both the by hitting that like button. And in the spirit of all in the spirit of all this, I just spat all over my computer.